So guys, this is a very authentic way to travel. These mini buses, they don't work like normal buses who stops only at the first and last stop at the beginning and the destination. They stop everywhere where people want to drop off or somebody is waiting aside the road to get up. So it is a very unique experience. Well, the minibus is pretty good, the air conditioner is working, so we are continuing our road to Berat. So guys, this is how the Berat bus station looks. It is right in the beginning of the city at the entrance, and here you can see the different buses that depart with the different times to Tirana, Duras, Vlora, Elbasan and other cities. I will show this to you so that you know which bus you can catch if you need. Regarding the travel itself, it only took an hour and a half, less than I expected, and the price is 500 Albanian lek, or a little bit over 5 euro. The information that I had was for 400 lek, but he didn't give me a change, and the driver, and he didn't speak a word of English, so I decided not to bother for 1 euro more or less. I don't know if I got a bit scammed or just the price increased from what I found in the internet. Never mind, as you can expect, you can pay only in cash directly to the driver when you arrive, only in Albanian lek. So now let me figure out our path from here and show you some beautiful views from this city. So guys, it is 11:30 a.m. The temperature is 36 degrees Celsius, and I just finished the climb from the city towards the Berat Castle, which you can see in front of me. The first thing that I want to tell you is that this place is entirely free to visit. There are no tickets because it is still a living neighborhood where people constantly live. So that's why there is no entrance fee and you can visit it freely. Now let me give you some information about this place. It is continuously inhabited in the last 2400 years, which is pretty impressive. The first foundations that are found here during archaeological excavations are from the 4th century before Christ, and it were done by Illyrian tribes. After that, the Romans had some villages here, and they burned the initial Illyrian settlement to the ground, and after that rebuilt the walls, which were reinforced in the 5th century by Emperor Theodosius II to repel the barbarian invasions of the region. So after that the Byzantines took over between the 6th and 30th century. You can see these very beautiful walls. And after that, of course, like usual for this region, the Ottomans took over. So it is pretty impressive how many different empires and rulers ruled this place over the years and how well it is preserved. In fact, this is very impressive castle. The walls are so thick and you can clearly see the different layers. Here you also have a scheme of the place if you want to see. And by the way, it turns out that there is even a bus from the city center to the Berat Castle, which is good, so that you don't need to have this steep climb that I did. But before entering inside, let me show you the different layers. Here it is clearly visible. You have these big stones here, and on top of that, this is completely different wall with much smaller stones. And also you have some bricks that you can see, which are typical for the Roman and Byzantine ways of building fortifications. So really interesting place, definitely. Of course you have some magnets here. Maybe I will choose something on my way back. And that's what I wanted to tell you, that in fact this is a place where people live even now. It is not only a tourist place. And maybe from here we will have also a very beautiful view towards the city. Let me check. You even have some old cannons that are still sitting here. You can see it. It's not in good shape, but anyway, it is interesting to see it here. And I think that we can also get to the wall and try to see some beautiful panorama from there. But before that we have even bigger cannon, and just look at this fortress. This is really impressive, the state in which it is, so well preserved. And also this big cannon here, this is maybe around 2 meters long. So let's get on top and see what exactly we can view from here. You can see here the whole valley, which is really beautiful. Let's check also the other part. I'm not sure if this was restored or had some reconstructions recently. Most probably yes, in some form, so that it can look so good. But anyway, even if it was restored, it was done in a very proper way. I am now walking alongside the fortress, and I want to show you the very beautiful view towards the valley. So let me get to this panoramic place here. Just look at that. It is simply amazing. The mountains of Albania are really beautiful. They are mostly green even now, despite the fact that we are around the middle of July and it is scorching hot here. But anyway, the place is great. And as you can see on the right, you have a lot of hotels, guest houses and other accommodation places, which I suppose that are not cheap. In fact, I have not checked the prices, but considering the place where we are, I suppose that they are not good. Here we have one more cannon, and I will generally stroll around the city, the castle, for some time, and if I see something interesting I will show it to you. Here we have very old church of Saint Evangelist. As you can see, it looks very massive and very ancient also. I will also do my research if there are any good restaurants here. Generally in so touristy places I doubt, but I will check, and if I find interesting place I will definitely eat here. So guys, just looking at this beautiful place with this great shade under the trees, I decided to sit because I really need some good food and coffee. Oh, thank you, this is very fast.
Where are you from?
Bulgaria.
Yes, I know Bulgaria. In Balkan.
Yeah, Balkan. We are not exactly neighbors, but relatively close to each other. First time in Albania, I like it very much so far.
Yes, Albania is beautiful, but it's very hot.
Yeah, very hot, but very beautiful and much
Yeah.
cheaper than the other Adriatic countries. Definitely very affordable.
Berat is very, very hot for the stone.
Yeah, I was in Duras yesterday and it was a little bit better, but here it is hot.
Tours is good. It's very nice. I like
Yeah. Very great beach, one of the
Yeah,
best
it's
beaches
the
that I
second
have
capital
seen.
city, Tours.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much. So guys, you can see we have this Korcha beer and let me show you their menu. This is called Bar Restaurant Iliesa and I just checked, they have 4.8 at Google, so I found a gem without looking for it. This is their menu and the prices, as you can see, are pretty affordable. So let me get the food that I ordered, another traditional thing, and I will get back to you. So guys, here we have another traditional Albanian dish which I ordered, which is called fergese. You can see how it looks. Generally it is described as containing cottage cheese and peppers, but I don't know, I think that there are also other vegetables here. Let me show you how it looks. You take a bit of bread and you put some of the food on it. Here is how it looks. Well, it definitely contains cheese and peppers for sure. I think that there is also a tomato inside. We have a very similar dish in Bulgaria which is called mishmash. This one is very delicious. It is a bit salty, a bit greasy, but definitely very good, especially now in the heat where not always you want to eat meat at 37 degrees Celsius. I have this Korcha beer and I also have some complimentary bread here, so let me enjoy my lunch and after that I will also show you more beautiful views from the castle. So guys, the lunch was great and it cost me just 650 lek, which is around 7 euros, something like that, which I find pretty affordable considering where we are. Let me also show you once more this great view towards the valley below. And I also have some more historical information for you. In fact, most of the walls that you see here are from the Byzantine times. They were built in the 13th century by Michael I Komnenos, who was despot of the Epirus at that time, and he built this. And another interesting detail is that while the Ottomans conquered the city in 1417, most of the Muslim population in fact was located in the valley below. So that allowed the Christian population to still continue to live here in the castle and maintain the more than 20 churches that are available here. So guys, I already showed you some of the beautiful views towards the Berat itself and the valley below us. But it turns out that we have entirely specifically built the viewing platform. By the way, here there are some antiques that people are selling and also some homemade sweets like gems and so on, which looks pretty good in fact. And here is the viewing platform that people are visiting to take pictures and so on. So let me show you. This is the river below us. I think that the name of it was Osum River or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. We have a very beautiful bridge below, but more about that later when I get to the city. And here we have another very beautiful view. Now you can clearly see why this castle was built here, because it allows you to control the whole valley below. If you are here, you can see from very far away incoming enemy forces, and you can easily protect the place against invasions. So guys, we are now at the top of the hill and the top of the castle. Here we have a working church, but it is very interesting how the church is on the first floor of a building and the second floor is completely abandoned and left to destroy itself. I don't know, maybe the upper part was built at much later time on top of the former Byzantine structure. I have frankly no idea, but it is a really impressive combination. And in fact, it is a working church. So guys, what we are gonna do now is to climb this wall and see if we have some interesting view from it, because there are a lot of people here, so maybe there should be something, or maybe just everybody has the same question like me. This structure, by the way, doesn't seem to be too safe for walking. This is very high and you can easily fall down, so you better walk here. In fact, we don't have any specific view from here. Obviously, everybody just wants to climb the wall. So let me continue to explore the region of the castle. So guys, the state of these walls continue to impress me. They are really well preserved. And also we have, I think, a bit of Muslim influence here. This structure, I don't know if it was a minaret or something else, but it definitely seems to be added at a later stage, because as you can see, the main wall is mainly from stone with a few bricks here and there. And here we clearly have a lot more bricks, and this thing was added to the structure later. So I think, okay, yeah, my assumption is correct. These are the ruins of the Red Mosque in the castle of Berat. So yeah, I suppose that this was a church at some point, and then when the Ottomans came, they just converted it to mosque and added this minaret, just like they did in many other places which they controlled. Let me check what we have here. There is not so much left, only the base and this minaret, but yeah, most probably this is exactly what happened here. Obviously here we also have an acropolis, which is pretty interesting. I don't know where exactly it should be. Let me check this gate, maybe it has something to do with it. And by the way, it is great to have such a blend, because yeah, you have all these very beautiful walls and remnants, and between them you have cafes, restaurants, hotels, so it is really a pleasant experience to walk and have history and at the same time modern buildings at the same place. This is very well done and very well preserved. Overall the idea is good. Now yeah, if it wasn't 38 degrees it would be more pleasant to walk here, but after all we can't expect anything different in the middle of July. It's interesting what this building was. I have absolutely no idea. There is nothing written. But anyway, it is still impressive to be seen. So let's check what else we have. Maybe on the left there will be something. Along this very beautiful old, I suppose, Roman road. The Roman roads are really impressive how they were built and how they stay strong after so much time. So yeah, oh, here we have a really beautiful church. I think we should go for it. Just look at how beautiful this is, guys. This is really amazing. These brick churches are so ancient and so beautiful. Let's see what we have here. So this is Orthodox Church from the 14th century. This is from the Emperor Andronicus II. And it really looks very good, but I think that it is not possible to enter inside. I don't know if it is closed permanently or it is just because it is Sunday. I have no idea. I suppose that it is closed permanently for maybe some kind of renovation, but even from the outside it is pretty impressive. And here we have another mosque, the White Mosque, that is believed to be built during the second half of 15th century, and most probably it was used by the important people in the castle, not by ordinary ones. Here we have also information about it. So I think in this region we saw the most interesting parts, so let's continue. And here you can see how the inner streets of the castle look. Of course, most of these buildings are relatively new, but they are built in such a way that they don't spoil the whole experience and the whole atmosphere of the place, which is admirable. This is how it should be made. Because you can see you have this very beautiful restaurant and it blends perfectly with the other buildings from the much older times. Kunak Premium Restaurant. I'm not so much into so premium things. I am a budget traveler. So let me get back to the initial point, to the entrance of the castle. If I see anything interesting by my way, of course I will show it to you. And after that we will see how to continue our exploration of the city. We are approaching the entrance, that's why there are so many people here, and souvenir sellers and restaurants and whatever you can imagine. One thing that I forgot to mention, and it is important, is that the original name of the Illyric village was Antipatrea. That's why some of the restaurants and shops here are called Antipatrea. So guys, as you can see, we are approaching the entrance, which is also the exit. So I don't think that there is any other interesting place to show you here. Now I will see what I will do, but most probably I will go to my guest house, check in, have some rest because the temperature is now reaching 38 degrees Celsius. And after that, in the afternoon, we will finish the exploration of the city. just like I did yesterday in Duras. So see you in a bit when I reach my guest house.